You've been here about a month now. What are your impressions of Provo outside of the beauty of the mountains, which you already talked about?
Okay, that can't ignore that.
Yeah.
That's different. That's beautiful. I love that. But the people here,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that stood out when I came on my visit. Everybody here was so nice and welcoming. It felt like home for me. And for me, I feel like I can always be my best self, whether that's on the field or off the field, around people that I feel like support me and have my back and just make me feel comfortable. So for me, that was like the number one thing that stood out. I'm still trying to get a feel for everything, get a feel for everybody.
Yeah.
But everybody I've met, like I can be walking somewhere or something, walk across the parking lot, everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm like, okay, I like this. Like everybody's just nice and very welcoming and greeting. So
It's like you're in Earl, Arkansas.
it is.
So you grew up in Earl, Arkansas,
I grew up
right?
in Earl, Arkansas.
Small town, right?
Very small, yes, sir.
So, and Provo's not so small with the tech boom that's going on, but it feels like a small town.
It feels like a small
Yeah.
town. It feels like a small town. I think that's what it is. Like, of course, like similar to Waco. Like
Right.
Waco was
Yeah.
a small town, but it's big. But
Yeah.
like where I'm from, the population is 3,000. Like very, very small. But I get a similar feel. Like it's more to do here, of course, but I get a similar feel. So growing up in a small town, I would say a lot of people always like to make negative comments about it, but I wouldn't want it to be any other way. Like, of course, I like the city and everything, but growing up in a small town, it made me cherish a lot of people that were around me. Like, I talk to so many people from back home still to this day. I mean, they support me. They'll be here coming to games. Like, that support system that I have from a small town, you won't get that in a big city like that. Like, you have, of course, your group of people that support you.
Yeah.
But a whole little small town supporting you and rooting for you is exciting. Like I talk to all the kids now and getting scholarships. Like, for me coming out, for example, I was the first kid to go play Division I ball since like 1970 something.
Oh, wow.
Now it's all kind of kids getting offers now. I'm like, that makes me almost want to tear up because I'm like, nobody was coming there to visit and
You're a
recruit.
pioneer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like nobody was coming. And then I see that now, I'm like, I'm all on their Facebook like, congrats, bro. Like, that's big time. Like, make sure you take your visits, explore, get to see a little bit more than just little Earl, Arkansas. And so for me, growing up there, it's like, find a way to go see the world.
So
Make more of it.
now that you're at BYU, do the folks back home go, isn't that the team that came into Fayetteville and beat Arkansas last season?
And it's crazy. I watched that game.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, did you?
I
And
watched
you had
that
no
game.
idea that you may end up at BYU at that point, right?
No idea. And I watched the game. I'm like, ooh, like the chase catch in the back.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm watching the game. I'm like, okay. And I always been a
Now
fan
you better
of
catch
BYU.
that ball when you throw it to him.
Chase gonna do his thing. He gonna do his thing. But the thing about like watching the game, I never had an idea that I'd be here. But I've always been a fan of BYU and what they stood for. Like they came to Baylor, I played them at Baylor. They were the nicest fans I ever ran into. Like we won, but great game. You guys did a great job. I'm like, that's the way the game is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be so negative.
How did the relationship go from coming here for the first time to coming here to stay?
So they actually came to see me throw.
Oh. So they came down to
2 days before I came down here.
Oh.
So
Everybody was curious about my shoulder.
Yeah.
And they was like, how would you feel if we wanted to come see you throw? I was like, let's do it.
Come on down.
Are we talking December?
December.
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
December. And I was
And was this down in Arkansas? Down in Arkansas.
Florida. I was
Oh,
still
in
in
Florida. You're still working out
I was
in
still
Florida.
in Florida.
Yeah.
I was still working out in Florida. And I was like, yeah, come see me. I love for that to happen. And they came to see me.
Now, before you finish the rest of this story, as from what we have heard, they tried to get you to come to be Jaron's backup after you left Baylor before South Florida, right? So this would be the second time that they've come.
Yeah, so I had
Why didn't you come the first time?
I had quite a bit of options, but going from a starter into that
backup
role
role.
is
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard
that's not
thing. You
what
just
you
won a
wanna
Big
do.
12
Right.
championship, right?
That's not what you want to do. So you
Even though it would have been just for a year and then you would have started, right?
Exactly. But it's like, I done sat 2 years already. I don't want to sit another year.
Right.
That's
They
understandable.
just like, and I talked to him, I was like, I don't know if I could do that. Like, the competitor in me, like, I don't.
Yeah, Jackson Dart didn't want to do it either. So he
Yeah.
went to Ole
Yeah,
Miss.
Jackson's from here.
I heard that. They
Yeah.
told me that. And you just like, I'd rather go play because, like, the competitor, like you
want to
you've
play.
been training for this game.
Okay, so now
all
fast
year.
forward, and now they're coming to see you. So
Now
let's
they come-
pick it up
okay,
from there.
Okay, they come and see me. We throwing. I'm like, is there anything specific y'all want me to throw? Coach Grimes came to Baylor. I already knew the offense.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw some field routes that they like to run. Throw a little stuff to the field. Then they're like, okay, how you feeling? I'm like, good. I said, I'm gonna throw some post routes at the end. Get out there, throw a post. I hadn't done at US7 offense. We don't do play action. Drop.
Oh, yeah.
So that was like my first time doing it. I'm like, threw one. I'm like, that felt all right.
So at Baylor you did, but not at USF.
Not a USF, complete different offense.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a catch and get it out offense,
That's it.
right?
That's what it was. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna really let one ride now. Play action. Boom. Hold on to it a little bit longer, let it ride. I'm like, okay, you good now.
How many yards did that go?
It was like, that was the furthest I had thrown since surgery. It was like 60 something.
Yeah.
Like first time. I was
So
like, that felt good.
after the workout, what was their reaction, and at what point did you start thinking maybe I could play at BYU?
To be honest with you, 2 weeks before, I figured 2 weeks before, I was kind of in my head a little bit because I had another little point that was kind of bad. I started upping my throwing to throwing 4 days a week, at least 100 balls a day.
Yeah.
And it got me a little bit.
Really? So
Just a little inflammation, right? A little residual inflammation.
And I'm like, then next thing you know, I couldn't feel like I could throw the ball that good anymore. I couldn't rip it how I wanted. And I'm like, okay. I tell myself, if this thing not working in a couple weeks, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they came, and I did that. And but I knew 2 weeks before that, maybe a week and a half, I was like, I can roll.
Yeah.
I said, my strength coach sat on top. I said, I can roll now. I'm good.
And they didn't say, come be the starter. Did they say, and you didn't ask to be the starter? How did that conversation go?
It started off with, you look good. You look healed, healthy. You look like you can roll now. I was like, I can roll. I'm ready to roll. Start smiling. They said, would you come on the visit? We could have you and your mom on the visit this weekend. Mm-hmm. I said, I called my mama. I said, I'm pretty sure I can. I texted her after the workout, like as soon as I walked out the field, we're going to BYU this weekend. She was like, I don't know if I can make it. I was like, well, we got to figure it out. We're going to BYU this weekend. Something was telling me to go. Something just said go. And last time, I didn't go. And I was like, okay, I'm going on the visit this time. Mm-hmm. Came on the visit and fell in love with everything about it. Everything about it.
What'd your mom think?
She fell in love with it probably more than me. Like,
that seems to happen. Jamal Williams' mom is the reason Jamal came
That's
here.
why Jamal was here. Because his mom's like, and he had a little struggle. She goes, no, you're going back there.
Yeah. So the thing was, my mom was a very family-oriented person. Yeah. She was like, this feels like home. Like, she's literally, we in there at 12 o'clock at night singing karaoke.
Yes.
Coach Kalani and everybody else. Like, that's a real thing. I'm like, wow. And I'm like, I'm tired. I start walking out. My mom was like, what you doing? Where you going? I'm like, Mom, we need to get in the bed. I'm tired. She's like, I'm not really ready to go yet. I'm like, she's like, but fine. Okay, let's go. But it was, every coach, like, it was, like I just felt like it's an honor to be here. Like, this program means so much to Provo. And for me to be able to wear this on my chest, I take pride in it. And seeing it and coming on a visit, I was like, okay, that's where I want to be at. That's the place for me. That's home. It feels like home. That's where I want to go and compete.
As the starting quarterback at Baylor in 2022, led the Bears to a Sugar Bowl victory against Ole Miss. Big 12, you go in the locker room and go, guys, I already have a Big 12 championship.
Let's go get another one.
I know how to get one.
To be honest with you, I never said anything like that.
Yeah.
And you won't hear me say that. I got it, but that's in the past. It's good to have, but I can't live off the hype of that.
Yeah.
I'm at a new place, a new goal, and it's a different journey to get there. So tell them it can be done for sure.
Yeah.
We just got to make sure we earn the right every single day to even be in the position to be there. So that's my preaching. We got to win the day. Like, we got to win this. We got to win this workout right now. That'll come. Like, that'll come. If we take care of everything else, that'll come. But you can't force that. You can't make that just happen. That does not happen overnight. It's something that takes time. You have to do the dirty work and put in the work for that to come.
And nobody understands that better than you, is what you had to do to get back just throwing the football.
Exactly.
So you know what discipline is about.
I know what discipline is about. And even the year we won the Big 12, we predicted second to last in the conference the year we won it. Like, we were in spring ball up until the season, we were right above Kansas. Nobody thought that we would win it, but we believed it. We worked every single day. We had rough days.
Yeah.
We went through that together and had each other's back. That's what it's about. That's how you get there.
Great.
Coming out of high school, you choose Baylor. Well, you have offers from Georgia, Alabama, Louisville, Arkansas, LSU, Auburn. Now you're at BYU in this remarkable journey. But what's that pressure like for a kid that's got to pick between all those schools, coming out of high school in the high stakes that college sports has become? What was that like for you?
For me, I don't know if I felt pressured. I felt a little bit of
Nick
pressure.
Saban wasn't putting any heat on you?
They were, but I'm from a small town. It was like a logo is a logo.
Yeah.
I wasn't the guy that's chasing the logo. Like some guys like, oh, I just want to go here. I want to go here. I want to go where I feel home. Like I want to go to a place that I feel comfortable, like a place that's for me. So that's what it was about for me. I took some visits and I was like, some spots you go to, you like, this don't feel right. You go to some spots, you're like, I can see myself here. Like it feels good. Like, some things like you just get that gut feeling. It was one of those things. So for me, I felt a little bit of pressure, but just talking to it's always been me, my family, and my hometown. So the outside stuff, the outside pressure or whatever it is, it's not really a thing to me. Like it doesn't really bother me. Like, I don't think about it. It's weird.
Do you ever
Academically, where are you now? So yeah, because transferring and it gets like, do you have a degree yet? Do you get your degree while you're here?
I have 2 degrees.
So you have 2 degrees already.
I got a bachelor's in health and kinesiology and a master's of science.
Nice. And so now at BYU, what are you studying this year?
Non-degree seeking.
You don't need to now with both
When you
of
have
those
your
degrees.
master's, you can do what you want.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of just want to focus on
That's
football. At that
fantastic.
point.
You
put
just
in
have
that
to be
work
enrolled.
now.
You just have to be enrolled.
Yeah, that's
right?
it. That's it.
How do you feel about that receiving group?
Oh, that's a special group.
Yeah.
A really special group, and I see something special coming in the fall.
And Keanu moving to tight end, is that going to work out all right?
It's gonna work out more than all right. Let's put it like that. That's gonna work out more than all right. That's gonna be really special.
Yeah, they've done that a couple of times, and those guys ended up being really good at that position.
Exactly.
at
They know what they're
BYU.
doing when they say that. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Hey, NIL has become a big part of college football and a part of the recruiting process. The Royal Blue Collective does a bunch here with BYU and NIL. It's become so prominent in college sports. Your thoughts on NIL and BYU, the way they do things, and they do it a little differently here at BYU than they do in other places. What's your take on that?
NIL in general, I would say it is probably one of the main things I'm thankful for, just as an athlete, because people don't understand. If you're not in it, people don't understand what we go through every day, what we get up and take our bodies to every single day. Football, you train year-round for.
Yeah.
You don't have time to work. You come here, you get a free scholarship. You earned that. People will say it's never earned, but we trained every single day from probably some people 5 years old to literally get a scholarship.
Yeah.
Like you earned that right. And so for me, I think it's a way to appreciate your value for what you do, how you produce. So for me, I'm a big fan of it because your value, the amount of money you make is literally based off your performance and are you marketable? You perform and everybody are fans of you and this program is winning and everybody like this program. I love the way you play. You're marketable. You can make money because you put that work in. Nobody sees what you do outside of you go to team workouts, but a lot of guys put in extra work up late nights watching film all the time.
Yeah.
Working out late, waking up 5 a.m. just to work out. Other people, like a lot of people don't have to do that. So you're literally I feel like you're getting what you're doing. Like you're getting the work that you put in, you're getting paid for it.
So the Royal
Amen
Blue
to that.
Collective is
Very supportive.
They're good for you?
Very, very supportive. They do things different here, but I actually like the way they do things. And they sit down with you and talk to you about how everything works and everything. But it's supportive of the team. I'm really a big fan of it.
Yeah, and we've talked to Kalani. Kalani has this vision for the program where NIL supports the players. I wish they had it when I was playing, or even when my boys were playing, right? But because it absolutely is earned, as you mentioned. But Kalani's like, we want to do more than just get people dollars. We want to give them a network of people that for the rest of their lives they're tied into, and they have an opportunity to have a network of people that they can work with and make money and have a career and do all that when football's all done. And I don't know that other places really talk much about that.
That's not a thing. That is the number one thing here that stood out the most. Besides the money, some people 18 years old, they don't know what to do with money. Like they have no one to help them manage money and tell them how to save this money, how to make this money make money. But here, you meet people in all kind of aspects of everything to literally help you now and in the future. And so for me, that's one thing. They make that a priority for how you manage money. Like I got here and some part of it is helping teach you about growing your credit score. You don't learn about that even in school. Right. You don't really learn about that. To have that in your back pocket, that is as a freshman, you come into college and they literally help you get a credit card and teach you how to do things this way. You should leave college with a very well foundation and also some money in your pocket. So I would say the way they do things here is the way that everybody should be doing it, because we don't. Some people come from certain backgrounds where you don't learn about like financial. You don't have financial advice. You don't learn about financial stability. Like that's not a thing. And so it's like a lot of people come from private. You might not have anything. And so I would say that's one thing that I really do admire about this place, and I love that that's a priority here. My favorite advice from my dad, it was crazy what she said. My daddy said, just believe in yourself. Like no matter whatever anybody has to say, don't worry about it. Like just believe in yourself. You can't control a lot of things that's around you, but believe in yourself. And he told me believe in yourself, and also that he was proud of me. And that was enough.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Good stuff.
All right. Welcome to BYU.
Glad to be
Yeah.
here. Thank
By
you.
the way, you're going to have to deal with Blaine and me for a lot more than you thought with
We'll be all
BYU
good.
TV and everything
Yeah,
else
we
we
host
do.
a bunch of shows at BYU TV and pre and post game shows and stuff like that. So
So
We'll be all
I'm
good.
glad we were able to
you
get
guys had me
together.
on.
Yeah,
Me
you
too.
bet.